Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today we're continuing to playtest the Jokers created by the folks at Balatro University. Just 15 Jokers so far, with more on the way, and the goal, create a set of Jokers which could possibly blend in with the vanilla game. Thus far, I think the team has done a really good job capturing the art style. I think all of the designs, not just fun, cute, delightful, but actually feel like they could blend into the game. If you were to tell me that the star fruit or the forklift, if you were to tell me that these were stolen from Thunk directly, these were stolen from some unreleased expansion pack to the game, I might believe you. So the thing that we're testing for right now, we want to test for how well do they fit in mechanically into the game. Does it make sense to have this consumable joker, this food joker that levels up your hands, kind of like a food version of the spaceman or the burnt joker? Does it make sense for us to have a common joker that gives you consumable slots, kind of like the juggler gives you hand size, the drunkard gives you discards, those sorts of things. And then later on we can talk about balance. Later on we can talk about tuning the numbers if that's something that we need. We want to continue playtesting on the gold stakes, so next up we'll do gold stake checker deck. As usual, in the first round here, we can try to go for the one-shot, maybe hearts. I'm going to need slightly better hearts than this. I'm going to throw away the 4. There we go, that should do it. And right away we got a foil hologram that we can't afford, so let's try... I guess the safe thing to do is take the buffoon pack, maybe. We are playing on the checker deck, and generally the advice that I give on the checker deck is you can score just by playing flushes. So even against the boss here, you can usually play 2 or 3 flushes. In the next round, when we need 1,000 points, you can get 1,000 points from 3 flushes plus a pair, maybe. So we don't necessarily need jokers right away. We don't need this buffoon pack. We could try a spectral pack looking for immolate, 1 in 8 chance of getting immolate, 1 in 8 chance of getting wraith. Also some options to get seals. Let's do it. And I think I'll take this hologram too. Alright, in that case, now that I have the hologram, let's not take the buffoon pack. How about this flush with the foil should be enough? Okay, $23 already. We could take a mime. Generally speaking, very powerful. Maybe what I'm thinking with a hologram is when we are adding a bunch of cards to our deck, maybe it makes it more difficult for us to draw the cards that we want to hold in hand, makes it more difficult for us to draw our, let's say, gold cards, draw our blue seals. For the mime, I think you get less value out of the mime when you're doing the hologram, but that doesn't mean that you won't get any value out of the mime. I guess I think the mime is high enough upside that is probably worth it, especially if we're going to be playing flushes, which I'm not guaranteeing that we are, but if you are playing flushes, then the steel cards can be very good. Let's pick up the mime and otherwise save our money for interest. Let's go next. Alright, classic. We got the split suits here. Let's go for hearts. This shouldn't win, but we can play another one. Maybe spades this time, if I can click the cards correctly. And then next round we should be able to win with 2 hands. Maybe we need slightly higher ranking cards, but we can get 2 hands in the next round. Dagger's pretty good, maybe not as a rental. Jimbo here is great. Let's go spectral pack first in case we hit an onk. So we could use familiar for 3 cards for the hologram. Could use cryptid to copy 1 card 2 times. Let's go familiar. I'm looking for gold cards. Steel cards, maybe not what we're looking for right now, but could be useful in the long term. Definitely, I think we take Jimbo here. A little bit of plus Mult to go with our hologram. Now, since we have 4 Mult from Jimbo, we don't actually have to play a flush. We could just play high card, since this gives us plus 4 Mult and the hologram is foil. Let's go next. We don't need the top-up tag based on what we got going on right now. Boss is going to be extra large, but even with the extra large boss, let's play, instead of the flush, let's play the pair with the lucky card, or I think the flush has a chance of one-shotting. Yeah, let's not waste a hand if we don't have to. We get $3 from extra hands. We could take Mystic Summit as a perishable. I think we don't need it right now, so let's go next. Save our money for standard packs. Try to pick up hearts here. Man, my aim is just terrible today. I need to do the aim trainer. Okay, photograph as a rental. Basically, my thought is with the hologram, our build is pretty strong, which means I can afford not to take Eternals, I can afford not to take perishables, I can afford not to take rentals. We could take a blank voucher. Pretty good chance of us getting antimatter in the future. I want to say better than 40% chance of us getting antimatter. Let's go 1 buffoon pack. We can get everyone's favorite yellow card. Alright, so it is holographic, which means now I for sure don't have to play flushes. Okay, I could take another buffoon pack and the yellow card gives us a refund if we miss. So Matador here, not going to be useful against this boss. The runner, maybe you could do the runner on the checker deck, especially after we hit the immolate already. We're light on 9s, but otherwise on the top end we could do the upper straights pretty consistently. I think maybe with the hologram I'm not super interested in going for straights, so let's just skip. We got the refund. Let's go next. So imagine, okay, I saw, someone comment on the other one, why are we doing all these modded jokers now? Why can't we just play the game? Keep doing the gold stakes forever, every day, the same. Well, imagine this was red card instead of yellow card. If we got the +3 Mult instead of the $4. The question is, how much is this different? It's basically the same game still. Obviously not exactly the same, but that's something that I really appreciate. I think the team has done a really good job so far, at least from what I can tell. These Joker effects, these new ideas that do feel like they fit in. Alright, let's go. I want Arcana packs first before anything else, because Arcana packs can give us money. We can get gold cards specifically. That's what I'm looking for my mime. We could take the paintbrush, takes us to 27. In that case, I'm going to open the Arcana pack first because I might not buy the paintbrush right away. I might wait on the paintbrush. Boss here, decreased level, orbital tag 4 of a kind. So here we could make some lucky cards. We could use death to copy the steel card. We can make another Jack of Hearts out of steel. Those things are okay, I guess. Maybe the idea of making lucky cards as a way of making money. I think if I had the red card, I would skip here. And so maybe since I have the yellow card, I do the same thing. I skip here. Would I rather have $4 here as a refund, or would I rather have +3 Mult? Maybe I'd rather have the +3 Mult. I'm going to take the paintbrush. And skip the rest, I think. Well, Buffoon Pack here we can also. Could take holographic blue Joker. Sorry, not holographic, but polychrome. That's pretty strong. Is it worth the rental fee? Maybe not. We can skip for $4 and go next. I said this last time about the yellow card. How good you feel the yellow card is depends on perspective, right? Yellow card says you can buy every booster pack that you want because if you miss, you always get a refund. There's no risk involved, right? Red card is the same way. Red card is instead of getting a monetary refund, you get refunded in the form of +3 mult. You always get something when you open a booster pack. That reduces the risk. I want to take something for the hologram, so maybe I wouldn't mind a lucky card. I think with the hologram, I'm not likely to stay on flushes, so let's pick up the lucky card here. Alright, we could take Northern Lion as a money generator. I think if I already have the yellow card, maybe I don't take this. Maybe not as an Eternal. If I didn't have the yellow card giving me money, maybe I would take this even as an Eternal. I think in general the egg is very strong, and the way that I play the egg is it's always Eternal anyway. I never sell the egg because you can always get those higher value temperances. Do I want JJ as a rental? That's pretty strong too, but maybe not as a rental. Maybe I'm being a little bit too picky with my jokers. Maybe since I have the hologram I can afford to be picky. Let's go next. Let's try to find something that's not a rental. We got time. We get 4,000 points per flush. I could try to dig for the lucky card, I guess. That's probably what I should do. Alright, play the king. Okay, do I want strength? Not really. I don't need hack. I could take a glass card with the intention of breaking it. I can take my first gold card. I could re-roll here. Let's just go next. So I don't have to play a flush. I could play 3 of a kind 8s. I can play a pair of queens. I could play 2 pair here. I could discard. I do kind of want to have a hand that has some chips, since currently our only source of chips is the foil from the hologram. Anyway, sorry, I should have emphasized this a lot earlier, but yeah, the yellow card, it's like the red card, but it gives you $4 instead of +3 mult. We had this in the last episode. We had this yesterday. Also a lot on stream when we were doing it. We can get an extra joker slot. We can take a mega standard pack, 2 cards for the hologram. Gold CO5 is cool, and I could take a lucky 6. Yeah, let's take a lucky 6. Okay, boss gonna debuff my diamonds. Could take a priestess here. What's the last card that we used? None. No tarot cards yet. Alright, let's go priestess. Before we go arcana, let's reroll once. I don't think I need the flower pot at all. I think maybe the deck that we have right now is not set up well for the flower pot, obviously, so we could just go one more. Could take Todd as polychrome. Perishable. I think as a perishable, I don't need to do that. Could take star to make diamonds. Arcana is going to be 4, takes us down to 42. We could go one more. We could take a walkie-talkie. Steel Joker. Steel Joker also perishable. I will take the walkie-talkie. Now Arcana pack looking for Temperance. Temperance gives us 15 bucks. Extra $4 from the walkie-talkie. Yeah, I don't see any reason not to do that. I could use this Jupiter card first. Use Temperance. I don't think Mars is going to happen. I don't think I'm going to do the 4 of a kind, but I can hold on to it so that it doesn't show up in the shop anymore. I could re-roll here down to $35. I'm going to wait until the next shop, spread out our re-roll money. Alright, here we can play spades, and now I'm looking for... Well, first I'm hoping this doesn't win. Oh well. Missed the opportunity to dig for the gold card. That is one advantage of playing pairs over playing flushes, is I can dig for the gold card. Okay, so we sell Mars, we use Priestess, Neptune, Venus. Now we open the Celestial pack and we get to see different planets. We can go standard pack first and take a 10, 5, or Queen. Might as well take the 10 because we have the walkie-talkie. Celestial pack takes us down to 38, so we could go reroll once. We could take Clever Joker and play 2 pair instead of flushes. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's better than nothing. Alright, let's go Celestial pack. So here, now we're choosing Mercury or Uranus. I guess then let's go Uranus. Sure, why not? Alright, now I have the gold card in hand. I can go ahead and play the 2 pair. And because of Clever Joker, there's probably one-shots. Oh, not quite. Okay, I want to play Kings and my Lucky 7 if I can get it. There we go. Gold Seal 5 if we can get it. Otherwise, ship it. Okay, about 10,000 points for 2 pair. We have Polychrome Swashbuckler, another perishable. A lot of polychromes, but not great polychromes this run so far. Let's go Celestial packs. So pick up Uranus again. One more time, Uranus. Man, I really wish this yellow card was just red card instead. I'd rather have the points than the money. So I guess the question is, what is this money from the yellow card? What is this allowing us to do that we wouldn't have been able to do with the red card? Or is it better to just have the red card? One thing we could do is we can reroll for better jokers. We've been able to pass on a lot of these rentals, pass on a lot of these perishables, and just say, okay, we can do better later. I think I'm not going to do flushes. So let's pass on the Jupiter card and just go next. We are aiming for 2 hands here. We could do 6s and 8s, throwing away a 2. And then we're trying to dig. We're trying to dig for maybe Lucky 7. Oh, the 7 is debuffed. I forgot about that. Alright, ship it. I already forgot that I have the walkie-talkie and I'm trying to add 4s to the deck. Alright, so we're not doing Mercury this time. We got 2 Arcana packs. Boss's face cards are debuffed. So I can use strength. I can use Emperor here. Is Emperor better than $4? Yeah, probably. So here's a situation where if I had the red card, I would skip for +3 mult, but because I have the yellow card, I would actually prefer the Emperor over $4. Does that mean I'm wrong for taking the +3 mult from the red card? Or does that mean I'm wrong for taking the Emperor instead of the yellow card? Because it feels like the $4 from the yellow card and the +3 mult from the red card, it feels like they're about even, but I'm realizing here's a situation where I would do one but not the other. And that's curious to me. I wanna learn more about that. Let's pick up the Emperor. Hungman is great. So Fool copying the Hungman is probably the best thing that we could do at all times. What if I want to make some lucky cards. So how about a 10 and a 3 I can make lucky? And try to turn the 3 into a 4, I guess? That's my end game. 2 pairs, 10s and 4s. That's it. That's perfect. Alright, so Magician here. If that's what I'm going to do, then maybe I have a lot of 2s, but let's go 2 and 6. We can hang him and then use the Fool. We take the magic trick for the hologram, and that's it. Now we win, I guess. So 2 and 8, we can hang him. I don't need the 10 and 4 that bad. I'm just gonna keep the 8s here. Try to draw the 6. I could do kings and 8s. That's it. We got the +20 from the lucky card, so we get to one shot there. Currently, that's our deficiency right now is Mult. We can take the Jumbo Arcana pack, looking for a Fool for my Hungman, or would you rather have $17? I think I'd rather take a Fool. My card stats, I reset the profile when I started using the mod jokers, and I gotta get this sorted again, my tarot cards. I feel like, okay, well maybe this is the same as what it was before-ish. Maybe Priestess is a little bit higher than it was. 7 Priestess is not that many, but basically this is it. You know, Hungman, Temperance, Death, and Hermit should be a little bit higher. Maybe Devil is like here in the middle or something like that. But yeah, this is how you win 40 in a row on the gold stake. Hungman is #1. That's how. Alright, here, Temperance for $17. This one I'll take. And I'll do it in this order. Well, first, do I want this Strength card? So, supposing you take the Temperance. Say you take Temperance for $17. Is it better to take $4 or a Strength card? Strength turning 1/9 into 1/10. I think I'd rather take the money. Is that true? $4 seems like a lot of dollary dues. So I guess 9 and 8 I will use Strength. Okay. Maybe 7s we can hang them. I have a lucky 7. Maybe the aces we can hang them. And then use the Temperance. Okay. Should I reroll once? Should I start taking Earth cards? Maybe we go full houses instead of 2 pairs. Seems tough. Let's go one more. We could take a Constellation here. Yeah. Okay. Now, Starfruit levels up our first played hand, so it's this food joker, consumable joker. When whatever the first played hand is gets leveled up.
Okay, I think this is something that I want to take. I think we don't need Jimbo anymore. Let's go next. Cool. So now you could do something like 8s and 4s. We could discard, looking for gold. I'm going to throw away all these 4s. I know we have walkie-talkie, but we don't actually need the points. Let's play kings and 8s here, throwing away a 2. Ship it. I got a question for you. For this Joker, for the Starfruit that the first played hand of each round for 3 rounds gets a level. There are different ways to implement this, right? You could have this either be, it just gives you the level, kind of like the Spaceman does, kind of like the Burnt Joker does, or you could also program it to be, you get a planet card, like the Blue Seal does. Which is better? Which makes more sense? I like you just get the level. You just get the level. It's a much cleaner design. It's a much easier design. It's less words than saying you get the planet card corresponding to the hand that you play. But it prevents this synergy with the Constellation. Constellation only cares about planet cards. Same with the Satellite. Satellite, that's the money Joker that gives you money for however many planets you use. Unique planets. So a little bit of a disappointment here not having synergy, but I think this makes more sense. More sense to just directly give you the level up like the Spaceman does. We could take Dr. Acula. I mean, we have room for it. We could just get all of these X-Mult Jokers, I guess. Let's look inside the standard pack first. So, do I want this holographic 5? Do I want an enhanced king or 7 instead? I guess maybe the enhanced 5? I only have 3 5s. Probably we should get either the king or the 7. Yeah, maybe the 7 here. Anyway, I didn't answer the question about the vampire. I'm still thinking about it. That's why. Here, perishable gelato rental banner. Let's just skip. Alright. For the vampire, I think I'm ready to give up the mime. I think the mime is not really working out. We could give up the Starfruit, but I also kind of want to level up my 2-pair because leveling up the 2-pair is going to give me chips, which I don't currently have. Mime is pretty good upside long term, pretty powerful long term, and so maybe it's worth it for that reason. The Starfruit is a rental. Yeah, take Dr. Acula here. Okay, we could go 9s and 7s. Doesn't win. We can go, I don't know, maybe 6s and 5s, probably not going to work. I can do kings and 4s, throwing away the 7 or the 3. Throw away the 3. Okay. 10s and 7s will win. We get the gold card. I could play the gold seal first for the money. 10s and 7s. Ship it. Okay. We are probably not going to go back in time. But here's something interesting about the red card. So the red card, it stacks the Mult on the card, and then with the red card, if you decide to sell it later for whatever reason, all of those skips that you did in order to level up the red card, all of that value is lost. You don't get that back. And so I do recommend with the red card, don't skip unless you would normally skip. Just pretend the red card doesn't exist and just trust that the red card will grow naturally as much as it's meant to grow. With the yellow card, whatever skips that we did, whatever money that we got, we get to keep that money, right? We get to spend that money on whatever other different things that we want to reinvest it into. And so when you sell the yellow card, you don't actually lose anything compared to the red card, the Mult that's stacked on the red card. The reason why I mentioned this is because with the hologram, we want to take every standard pack. With the constellation, we want to take every celestial pack. With the vampire, we want to take every arcana pack to get the enhancements for the vampire to suck off. So all of these three things combined, maybe now if I had a red card, I would want to get rid of the red card. Or maybe now with the yellow card, I will keep it because it's holographic, but I am looking for a replacement. Let's start, according to my tarot cards here, the last card that we used was the Temperance. So I want to go Arcana first. I can take a 10 for the Mime. I'm looking for, actually, I would love the upgraded voucher, the Illusion voucher. Let's re-roll once. Todd and Zany Joker. Nope. All right, Arcana pack. We get another Hung Man here. Choosing Hung Man rather than the Empress for the vampire. I'd rather go for deck consistency rather than for just the raw power on the vampire. So maybe, I think 6s and 8s I'm interested in removing. We can keep the 7s because I have extra 7s. We can keep the 10s, and I want to try to get more 4s. I'm looking for a strength card to turn 3s into 4s. Let's go Celestial pack now. Uranus is exactly what I'm looking for. Let's go next. Okay, steel cards I don't really care about. I know we do have the Mime, but the Mime really doesn't help us that much. Let's throw away the 7. I want to keep the 5 in case I get the gold seal. Let's go ahead and ship it. The vampire sucking off the steel card is as good a use of a steel card as any. That was more than I was hoping it would be, and I guess that's because we had the 2 10s. Currently that's all of our Mult is this walkie-talkie. Okay. We can take plutonium here, maybe Earth. Fun fact, when you buy cards from the shop, if you click them fast enough, it'll open the deck preview. Here, viewing the deck or whatever, that happens when you click on any card in the deck. This top card is just a card in the deck. Alright. Spectral pack, looking for stuff for my hologram. Maybe we could take Familiar again. We could take Grim, so Familiar for sure. We get the face cards. Now, do I want a blue seal? Blue seal to go with my Mime. And if we do the blue seal, what do we want to make blue? How about a blue 4? Choosing blue seal rather than extra cards for the hologram. Go next. Alright, we got the blue seal, we got the gold card. We can discard, I guess, I was gonna say some enhanced jacks. So jacks and 10s. This wins, so let's ship it. Interesting. Try again. Oh yeah, we had the steel card last time. We had the 2 10s and we had the 1 steel card in hand. The steel cards are looking better and better now as we remove them from the deck. Alright, let's take a 7. Jupiter for my constellation. And Mercury. And Spectral Pack, I guess. Hex or purple seal. Purple seal is good with the vampire. We can get more tarot card for enhancements, though it's not stellar. I think actually here it's worth it to skip, probably. Would I rather have $4 or a purple seal? I guess I'd rather have a purple seal. So let's go purple 7. Even if we only use it once, maybe it's worth it to only use it once. Let's go next. This is a typo, by the way. 11 and 7 chance. This is a typo that happens with Steam modded. That's the mod loader that allows us to do all this stuff here. Okay, we can do kings and jacks. Kings and jacks, which we know doesn't win. We can play the face down card also. Okay, maybe I can go queens. I can do 10s and 7s. I'm looking for another 5. I don't know if I actually have another 5. I could play the 5 as a high card. I can play the 10s and 7s. Ship it. Erosion is the opposite of what we're doing. Wasteful voucher. Let's take these Arcana packs. Okay, Justice or Devil. Yeah. What do I want to make gold? Maybe a gold 7. Since we have extra 7s in the deck. Here we could do Lovers. We could do Justice. I guess those two are kind of equivalent with the vampire. So let's make a glass 10. Go next. Okay, blue seal in hand. I'm looking for another 3, another 5. We get the 3 and the 10s. Okay, let's play high card 5 for the money. Okay. Let's discard, looking for the gold card. Maybe keep the king. Okay, so 10s and 3s, throwing away a 5, ship it. And of course we got the blue seal. 2 planet cards for the constellation. That's the combo. We did it. We could take the swashbuckler to replace this yellow card. Finally. Yeah. Do we need this clever joker anymore? Probably not. Do I want to take Northern Lion here? Also probably not. Let's go open the booster packs first. Alright, Ankh here or medium. Maybe I can go medium on a jack. Okay. Mega standard pack. Gold seal king seems fine. We could take another 4 for the walkie-talkie, or we could just take more kings. It'll be easier for us to pair our kings. It's a glass king for the vampire. Yeah, yellow card's done, right? We said we're not going to skip anymore. Let's go next. I have some kings. Looking for... Okay, we got kings and 10s. I think I one-shot, so let's discard purple. We have death. We can copy the blue seal. Though, I guess if I copy the blue seal, I'm not necessarily going to benefit. because we only have room for 2 cards anyway. We have the Mime, gives us an extra card from the blue seal. I think maybe I'm trying to draw the gold card here. Or maybe what we can do is we can, let's see here. Let's make the blue seal anyway. And then that way, if we have 2 blue seals on the deck, then we draw 1 blue seal twice as often. We don't necessarily want to try to draw 2, we just want to draw 1. We can play 10s and kings, throwing away a jack. Alright, the wild card for the vampire to suck off. And we got the gold seal. Our build is pretty strong right now, so we maybe don't have to work that hard. Maybe we don't have to think that hard. I guess it depends what the final boss is, right? We can take a 10 here. Juggler is actually really good. Maybe I prefer the juggler instead of the clever joker. Clever joker, on top of, let's say you play the 2 pair and it's 250 points, then the clever joker is giving us plus 40%. Actually, we already have foil from the hologram, so it's giving us plus 30%. Yeah, maybe. Maybe instead of having the clever joker, we take the juggler, so we get more mime value, or in general, we get to draw our hands more easily. Okay, I've got kings and jacks, I guess. Drew the gold too, that's great. We could throw away the jacks now that we have the 10s. We can try kings and 10s, throwing away a 5. Okay, we could take this photograph. Photograph gives us plus 13, Mult. Hey, look, we did it. The boss is extra large. Okay. Standard pack, ace or 2. I'm gonna take the 2 because it's more likely that we pair the 2 for the vampire. I can take Fool for an Earth card. I could take Temperance for 20 bucks. Let's take the money so we can reroll for better jokers. So we could take the Astronomer instead of the Juggler. And then we get a discount on the planets for the constellation. That seems pretty strong. Too late for the Starfruit, but that's true about any kind of late game food joker, right? Too late for the gelato, too late for the starfruit. Does this make sense as a common? I think I had this conversation before, maybe last time or maybe on stream, where I said, okay, for the starfruit here, giving you 3 levels for the 1 card for the 1 purchase. Maybe that's not strong enough to be uncommon. Maybe it makes sense as a common. And then for a common, maybe this is a pretty good common. Extra good common, maybe $6 common, that makes sense. I think this is perfect. I think also the yellow card, maybe the yellow card makes sense at $4. Where is it? Yeah, yellow card, $4 per booster pack, that feels good. Yellow card, $5 common, that also feels good. Anyway, I'm just keeping in mind, thinking about balance at the same time as thinking about just whether or not the jokers make sense, whether or not the jokers fit in the game. Alright, we got kings and 10s, that's it. How about Empress on the 10s? Play kings and 10s, throwing away the ace. That's a flush. My bad. I mean, we still get the planet cards for the constellation. Maybe I'm not supposed to use both. We have Supernova is better than the Swashbuckler. Marginally so. Could take the Card Shark here. Is the Card Shark going to be better than the Swashbuckler? We could get rid of the Astronomer. We would have access to less money, but that's okay. Alright. Go next. Now, let's not goof this up this time. We got the queens and the sevens. Okay. Queens and sevens. No blue seal, no gold card. Let's play queens and sevens, throwing away a 3. Okay. Alright, take 2 cards for the hologram. Pick up Uranus here. Love to see it. Standard pack for the hologram. Gold 4. Abstract Joker. Nope. We could take a stone card. And go next. Alright. 7.5 on the hologram. 2.8 on the constellation. 2.3 on the vampire. So we can discard the purple seal. We can try to draw a 10. I have a lot of kings in the deck. Try to draw the 10 anyway. Maybe I'm supposed to discard the 4. Alright, sun we don't need. That's a miss. We can play 7s and 2s. We can play jacks and 10s with a steel card. That's gonna be pretty good. Oh, almost 4 million points. A little bit shy. Alright, well, we obviously pretty chill high roll there on the checker deck. Getting the early hologram, getting the early immolate allowed us to afford the hologram. And the hologram synergy. We've got illusion, we got the extra joker slot. Alright, let's go next. Let's try the Zodiac deck. Once again, obligatory, I gotta say, I love the Zodiac deck. The thing that I love about the Zodiac deck is having overstock and having more shop options. Maybe with more shop options we will have better chance of finding new jokers. Okay, ship it with the diamonds. Yeah, with the new joker pack there's kind of a mix. Some rares, some uncommons. Actually, I think there's 2 rares, some uncommons, mostly commons. Let's see here. Fist, bootstraps, 2 perishables that I can't afford. We need the buffoon pack. We could take Shoot the Moon. We could take Card Shark. Shoot the Moon I hate. Card Shark is an uncommon. Let's go next. Card Shark doesn't give us a free win here. We can dig for diamonds. We can play 2 pair. We can play kings and jacks, throwing away a 5 or throwing away an 8. If I draw a 5 here, we win in 2 hands. We can play queens and 10s. Ship it. Okay. Maybe because we have the Card Shark, maybe in the short term we go for 2 pair. Maybe we could go for pairs in the long term, but in the short term maybe we take Uranus here. And pass on Rental Jimbo. Let's go next. Okay. 8s and tens. Choosing 2-pair instead of the full house because 2-pair is going to be easier for us to play. Okay, 5s and 3s. That's it. Ship it. Not the most comfortable start here. We could take a Mercury card. Long term, that's something that we want to do. I'm not sure if now is the right time. Going into the next round, I can win with 2-pair. I really want Overstock plus. I want this egg here. If we are playing on the Zodiac deck with the Tarot Merchant, extra tarot cards, we can get more temperances easier. Yeah. I think I'm not going to take the Mercury card because I have level 2 2-pair. Let's save our money. Let's go next. Alright, 9s and 7s. Okay, 7s we can discard. I can go aces and kings maybe? Aces and kings throwing away a 6. So this doesn't win. I can play queens and 10s. Okay. Could take the Chad here. I think I really want this buffoon pack. There is an option we could take Lustful Joker. Gives us plus Mult for hearts, is pretty safe. But I would like to do not flushes. Could take Michelle here. Could take Supernova. Michelle for sure. Alright, now we're broke, so let's go next. I don't think I get to buy Overstock. Unless this one-shots. Yeah, which is fine. It's just a little bit disappointing. 6s and queens. Safe. I want temperance. Nope. So we could open a buffoon pack. I think I'm safe enough as long as Michelle doesn't abandon me. So let's save our money now. I want to save my money to be able to buy Arcana packs for my egg. Jackson 7s. Ship it. Ow. Not a great time for her to leave us. So we could take a red card. We should take a red card. Okay. Basically what it comes down to is if these Arcana packs give me temperance or not. Otherwise we end up taking Crafty Joker, which I would like to not do. So we could take temperance for 16. We could take Uranus. I think I just need the money. Then I feel more comfortable taking Arcana here. We could skip, or we could take 16 bucks. Alright, in that case, Crafty's fine. Star helps. I could make a flush with the star. Yeah, maybe. I need better jokers. We could take the bus. The bus might be essential in the short term. Like, we might need the Mult. Maybe if we don't do the bus, we lose. Maybe. Is this enough material? Do I need to re-roll? It's hard to tell. If I re-roll, then I can't pay for these rentals. I think we gotta go next. I think we take the devil here, go next. I would like to play 3 flushes, which admittedly is a big ask. So I can play this flush. We have to disregard the bus, but we get Crafty Joker. Okay. I can dig for diamonds. Yeah, not great. I can play the flush for 1800 points. I could try to draw one more diamond here. If I play the flush, then I would need to draw 3 hearts, which I don't think is possible. Let's go high card. Bummer. So I can play the flush, but we crash the bus here. We can make a gold card. We can make a gold 3, I guess. Ah, close. Yeah. That's tough. Because we had the temperances for, it was like 17 bucks or whatever it was. And so the question is like, do you take temperance for 17 bucks or do you take +3 Mult on the red card? And I think you're supposed to take the money. And then we got the second Arcana pack, which had the same question. Okay, we did it one time for the money. Do we want to take the money again or take the Mult? And I think it is correct to take the money. So now we have 30 bucks. What do you do with our 30 bucks? Well, we need points, right? So we're going to re-roll to get the points. And didn't find what we were looking for. We did die with $26 on hand. So the question is like, okay, am I supposed to re-roll more? So knowing that the bus and Crafty Joker are a little bit weak, then what are we trying to do? Here we win if we get the flush 3 times, which you can't do, probably. Here we win if you get 2 pair 4 times, which maybe we can't do either. So maybe what we needed was not just any 2 flushes, but a flush without face cards, which maybe also you can't do. Maybe it's tough to draw that flush specifically. So maybe all those things considered, okay, maybe I still take the money, the Arcana packs, I still take the money, but then I am supposed to re-roll for something a little bit safer than the bus, probably. Yeah. Let's try a new one. I guess also there was the option in the very beginning, do you take the card shark for the X-Mult, the early X-Mult, or do you take Shoot the Moon? And so there, I guess, maybe that's not unreasonable. Plus 13 Mult early on, definitely here in Ante 3, this is the first 7 rounds. The plus Mult from Shoot the Moon would have been really good, or would have been good enough. Yeah. Oh well. Let's try the painted deck. Didn't get to see very many new jokers that time. Here I could do 5s and 4s, but I know that's not going to one-shot, so I'm actually going to just throw away the 4s. And yeah, probably throw away the low spades also. Okay, I've got 7s, 5s, and queens. I could try to go for the full house here. I could throw the 5s and the ace. I could try to get diamonds here instead of the full house. Maybe. These are not great diamonds. So there's the diamonds. Kind of a stinky start here on the painted deck, but that's okay. Pair of aces. Okay, we could take a red card, which is fine on the painted deck. So definitely in the first couple rounds here on the painted deck, we can win without jokers because we have the ability to draw higher ranking hands. We almost have a straight here. Jack high straight. And then this should give us some time to build up our economy. Okay, could take an emperor, star, and world. I think no on those. I think yes on the faceless joker. Faceless joker for money. If we have red card, I think we can get away with it. So we can play the low straight. I had a better hand, but I'm trying to save my face cards for the faceless joker, which is admittedly slightly greedy, but maybe only slightly so. I can play 9s and 4s, which wins. Let's discard looking for more face cards. Wait, 9s and 4s doesn't do it. That's okay. I can do 4s and face cards. Maybe try to draw one more 9 here. Queens and 4s. And then a pair. This boss makes it tough. You play a hand and then it randomly discards the face cards that you were holding on to. Alright. Acknowledging that we have faceless joker and we have red card. Let's go Mercury first. Arcana looking for a fool. If we don't hit the fool, we can skip for the red card. Standard pack, we can also skip for the red card. Alright, now we can win this round with pairs. And if I know that I can win with pairs, then I can discard my face cards for the faceless joker. So my worst pair is 250. We can play a pair of 10s. We can discard again. We can play a pair of 9s. Okay, only 3 pairs. That's even better. Alright. I do want to take this telescope probably. Let's... Extra discard's great. Celestial pack probably. If there's no Mercury card, we can skip. And then go next. Alright, discard the face cards. Play the pair of 10s. Alright, no pairs, we discard more face cards. We can play pair of 2s. We can discard more face cards. Alright, I've got a pair of aces and I've also got a pair of 9s. Alright, now we can take the telescope. Do we actually want the telescope if we're doing the red card? Actually, that's a good question. Definitely in the short term, I need the chips. So I'm taking Mercury cards. In the short term, I'm taking Mercury cards. Do I need this standard pack in order to beat this boss? With the Mercury card, extra chips, are we good here? I think I want slightly more Mult. Red Seal 10 as a lucky card. This gives us on average $2 when we play it. That's pretty good. I'm still gonna skip here. Having the extra Mult on the red card gives us extra scoring security. If we're extra secure, then we can get more Faceless Joker value. We can be a little bit greedier, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's play the pair of 5s and throw away the king because it doesn't count for the Faceless Joker. The next pair wins. Okay, I guess I'm not expecting to get that many Faceless Joker activations here. I can play high card, trying to get more face cards, 2 face cards. 1/3 of my deck is face cards. Let's not do it. I'm still gonna discard just so that we can see. Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten it. Okay, play the pair of aces, and then that wins. 3 more rounds on Drunkard. Okay, we want the Celestial pack because it gives us Mercury guaranteed from the telescope and we get to skip. Do I want this Arcana pack? Or should we be patient? I guess let's go Judgment for Grimbo. Interesting. I'm not going to take the Arcana pack. I'm going to save my money. We need to save our money a little bit at some point, so we might as well start now. We can play a pair of 5s. We can follow up with a pair of 6s. Alright, face cards are out. Green Joker is out. I can dig for face cards. Face cards. Play the pair of aces. Because the small blind doesn't give you any reward money, it's really important that you get money from extra hands and interest. Is why I didn't take the Arcana pack. Now we're good. So now we can go Arcana here. Looking for a Hermit. If we don't get a Hermit, we can skip for the red card. Consider taking the Castle. Maybe if I have the Telescope, I don't need the Castle. Castle is better on the painted deck. Also, we already have the discard. Well, Drunkard is perishable, so let's go next. All right. Pair of 8s. Pair of 9s. The third pair wins. We can discard the jacks first. We can discard these face cards. We can consider playing high card here, digging for more face cards. There's only 5 face cards left, so we just ship the aces. The boss here we can win with 4 pairs. Okay, I want the extra hand size. I want Celestial Pack giving me Mercury so I can have chips. I want this Arcana pack. Fool for Mercury, or do we skip? I think we continue taking Mercury cards. I guess there was also Strength. I could have turned the 110 into a Jack for my Faceless Joker. Let's go next. Face down after played. So play the pair of 3s. Here's 3 face cards that we can discard. Okay. Here's a pair of 6s. Okay. I get 2 more discards and 1 more hand. Okay, ace confirmed. Let's hope for face cards. Alright. Didn't happen, but that's okay. Drunkard's done. Let's sell the drunkard in case we get another one. We have overstock, we have spectral pack. We're taking overstock for sure. Okay, celestial pack, we take mercury for sure. Spectral pack. Can't hex. Could take incantation for more numbered cards. We skip. Alright. Go next. Okay. Round 9, 1 joker. Let's do it. We can play the pair of 6s. We can play the pair of 7s. And then now face this joker. And ship it. Okay, throwback rubber ducky. So here's an interesting thing about the rubber ducky. The rubber ducky is supposed to be the opposite of the hiker. It's a weird one. And so, question, should this effect, what rarity should this effect be? And the rarity of the effect is not necessarily determined by how powerful the effect is, because a lot of times you can change the power level by just changing the number. So this effect of when you play your cards, the cards lose chips. And then the rubber ducky absorbs the chips. So it's kind of like the vampire. It's kind of like the hiker, opposite of the hiker. Instead of the cards gaining chips, the rubber ducky steals the chips. Okay, for that kind of effect, I think uncommon makes sense. Uncommon like the hiker, uncommon like the vampire. Now, for this uncommon, this is now a scaling chips joker, uncommon. So imagine, let's say you play a 5-card hand. Let's say you play a flush. This gains 10 chips. Okay, let's say you play a straight, this gains 10 chips. You play a full house, this gains 10 chips. Let's say you don't do those hands. Let's say instead you play a pair. This gains 4 chips for your pair. Or maybe you play a high card and this gains just 2 chips. So the question is, okay, for this uncommon, is 2 chips per card? Is that too powerful for an uncommon? Is that not powerful enough for an uncommon? I think if this were a common joker, 2 chips makes sense. For an uncommon joker, I would want to see this a little bit stronger. So for balance considerations, I would like to see the rubber ducky a little bit stronger. I would like to see the rubber ducky grow faster. Now, as far as how well does the rubber ducky fit mechanically into the game, in what situations would I want this type of effect? So one thing you could do is, most scaling jokers, you kind of want to have them early, and then if you get them too late, then you don't take them. So like the square joker, for example, if I see the square joker in ante 4, I always say, oh, it's too late to square up in ante 4. But maybe if I get the square joker in ante 3, then it's still early enough. I'm willing to do that. So maybe with the rubber ducky, okay, it's kind of the same thing. I want to take this earlier rather than later. Maybe. And when I get it early, what am I doing? Well, when I'm in the early game, I'm playing a lot of flushes because that's the hand that's easy to play and that's the hand that helps us survive. Ante 1 and ante 2. Or maybe you play flushes, you play straights or something like that. So what the rubber ducky would allow you to do is you play a lot of these 5-card hands, these early flushes. The rubber ducky absorbs all of those chips, even 2 pair in the early game. And then later on, if you want to pivot to, let's say, pairs or high card, once the rubber ducky has enough chips stored on it, then you can get away with playing pairs. Rubber ducky plus red card, for example. Start playing pairs. I think for this particular run, it's a little bit too late for the rubber ducky, but maybe in the future, that's how you would play it. Or if you get the rubber ducky kind of late in your run, kind of like the vampire. The vampire, even if you get it late, you can still scale it up pretty fast. Maybe the rubber ducky is more like that. And not like the castle, where the castle is kind of limited how much it can grow per round. This also works with re-triggering effects, by the way. And maybe an important thing to keep in mind about the rubber ducky, which is not obvious, is the cards themselves have limited number of chips. They have a maximum number of chips. So the 5 you can absorb at most 5. Same with the 3 of hearts. You can absorb at most 3 chips from that. So there's kind of a limit to how big the rubber ducky can grow. If you want to play like all heart flushes or something like that, your hearts across the hearts have a limited number of chips to absorb. Anyway, let's take the Celestial Pack for Mercury. And then the Mega Standard Pack we're looking to skip. We can take one, skip one. Face cards are going to be good for Faceless Joker if we are playing pairs, or actually if we're playing the painted deck. Gold cards are really good. So let's do that. And go next. Are we strong enough for the next round here? So what are our gains compared to the previous round? We picked up another Mercury card. We picked up another 3 Mult on the red card. We should be fine. Though maybe there is some shopping in my future. Okay, I need to discard the face cards. I don't want to play the gold card. I need to find a pair. Still looking for a pair. That's awkward. I do need enough pairs, or else we lose. So we should throw away the king. We can play pair of 10s, and we can also play pair of jacks. That's it. Okay, could take a Supernova. Supernova's plus 28 Mult. But it's a rental, also it's perishable. I think I need it, straight up. But we do have a decent amount of money here. We could do some re-rolling. Let's pick up the wheel. Standard pack, I probably just want to skip. Holographic 7 is good. Foil and it's a lucky card 10 is good. Generic face cards are good for the Faceless Joker, but I'm going to skip for survival basically. Arcana here. Fool gives us Mercury, or we could take Temperance for $4. I think I want the Mercury card. Spin the wheel. Foiled. So foil gives us plus 30%. Which maybe is enough. Maybe that's all we need. Yeah, we should be able to hit 5,000 on a pair now. We probably don't need the Supernova. We probably can afford to save our money. We could take the Moon here, and then if the boss debuffs our face card hearts, we could turn them into clubs, and that actually gives us money. Maybe. It might not come to that. Start with a pair of 10s. Okay. Now I'm going to look really silly for taking the Moon card. Or maybe not. So we can play the pair of 7s. Doesn't win. Discard the faces. I can use the Moon on the 2. Do I care to use it on anything else? Yeah, maybe. Maybe we go 2 and the face cards. Maybe we go 2 and the diamonds. So a couple possible benefits there. Blackboard cares about holding black cards in hand. Also the seeing double. Alright, too late for the bus, but we could take Senor Huesos here. Boss says base chips and Mult halved. So Huesos is probably going to be what we need. Basically, If we don't get X-Mult this ante, then we're toast. Okay, I can skip another holographic card. I can take the crystal ball. Spectral pack. Incantation for random enhanced cards. I'm just gonna skip for Mult. I will take Huesos here. I think too late for the bus, maybe? Maybe it's not too late for the bus. I don't have that many Joker slots, so we should just save our money. Let's go next. Okay. Pair of 4s. Pair of 6s. Discard the faces. Does the pair win here? I think a low pair doesn't win. Barely. And then we can get more money. And then we could play a pair of aces. Alright, plenty of money. This is almost exactly the same situation that we ran into in the second run. Is kind of, we have all this money. We're all dressed up, we're nowhere to go. How about we can take a Mercury card, standard pack, we can skip again. Temperance gives me $7. Sure. Stencil's a ×2 instead of Huesos here. Stencil's better against the big blind. Huesos is better against the boss specifically. Because if the boss is going to have my chips, the Mult doesn't really matter because we have red card, but having the chips is pretty brutal. Is the stencil going to be enough to save? We could take the Hierophant. Hierophant allows us to dunk on the boss. That's probably what we need to do. So we can start with a pair of 2s. The next pair wins, maybe? Maybe this is a situation where we want to play high card now. We haven't been doing the high card because we haven't needed to. But here, I think it is worth it to get the face card. And we get a gold card. Okay. So 20,000 points here, but against this boss, we're not going to get that many points. We could get Brainstorm. So Mercury from the telescope. Buffoon pack gives us Riffraff, or we skip for the red card. Yeah, Brainstorm is a ×2. Do I want the hiker? Do I want rebate? Let's go one more. We could get mail-in rebate. Could get reserve parking. Mail-in rebate here is really good. Let's go next. So mail-in rebate on 3s. We can play the pair of 2s first. That was underwhelming. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. Okay. Okay. Discard the face cards. Discard the 3. Rebate. Okay. I can play a pair of 4s. I could play a pair of aces using the Hierophant. Aces, throwing away 6s and 9s. Ship it. Okay. I can play a pair of 10s. Not going to see another ace. I have the pair of 4s. I can throw away 9 and a 6, keeping a 5. Ship it. I can discard the face cards. I can play the pair of 8s. Okay, pair of 8s. Ship it. Alright, after that boss, now we're invincible. That was stinky. Well, this is stinky too, but differently stinky. Okay, so take the clearance sale. No room for Golden Joker. Could take Todd here, but I think we don't need to. I think we have plenty of chips now. Obviously that boss debuffs our chips, but I think now we're good on chips. Alright, we could take a gold queen. Or +3 Mult. I'm going to take the gold card. Generally the advice that I give with the red card is, if it gives you money, don't skip it. Strength, I want to try to make more face cards. Arcana pack we can reroll first. Could take Inweasable Joker here. We could take Seeing Double as a ×2. So Seeing Double as a ×2 is okay. I guess the limitation here is it's only a ×2. And it can't be better. But maybe that's fine. We get rid of the rebate. Take the Seeing Double. It's eternal is why there's hesitation here. If it wasn't eternal, I wouldn't hesitate. I would just take it and then swap it out later. I think no one in the Invisible Joker. Invisible Joker copying Faceless Joker is fatal to us. Invisible Joker copying Seeing Double is okay. We might still lose under those conditions. Okay. We could take a turtle. Alright, so here's how the turtle works. This is a new one. We haven't seen this one before. So the turtle, when you do the small and big blind, you get 0.2 Mult. So it's kind of like Madness, but it's slow. Madness is 0.5. This is 0.2. Madness has this chance of destroying random stuff. The turtle doesn't. So you don't have to worry about Eternal Jokers with the turtle. Eternal's another one of these uncommon scalers. Okay, so maybe it's more comparable to something like Hologram or Constellation or Vampire. And so all of those X-Mult scalers, they require you to jump through some hoops. They require some input. So compared to those, maybe Constellation, is it going to grow by 0.2 per round? It could, depending on mostly whether or not you have the blue seal, overpowered blue seal giving you a lot of planet cards. That's going to grow your Constellation very quickly. Also depends on how much money you have. If you're re-rolling for, maybe you get a planet card every 2 re-rolls on average. Then the Constellation can grow pretty fast. Hologram, it depends on what kind of synergies you have, whether or not the hologram is going to grow very fast. Vampire depends on what kind of access to tarot cards. This is just guaranteed 0.2 per round, not counting boss rounds. So if we take it now, we have 1, 2, and then there's 2 more antes after this. There's ante 7, ante 8. So the turtle would give us 6 activations. Okay. So it would be 2.4 Taking it now, it becomes 2.4. I mean, that sounds perfect. That sounds good enough. Let's do it. Let's try the turtle. Question, does the turtle fit in with the base game, with the vanilla game? We've got all these X-Mult scalars. Here's another uncommon X-Mult scalar. It's very simple, slow and steady. I love this. Also, I love the artwork. This was modeled after an actual someone's pet turtle. The artist's pet turtle. I think that's great. All right, here I want to use the hungman. I want to get... So, how do we want to play this? I think I want to use strength on 10s to make jacks. That's step 1. Okay, step 2, I probably want to remove some cards. So maybe 3 and 2 here, I want to hang them. Maybe a consequence of that is I lose a 2 of clubs. But maybe I don't want to remove a 2 if I have 2 2s of clubs because we have seeing double here. Maybe I want to remove a 4 instead. Maybe I want to remove the 10. I know I just used the strength card, but maybe I want to remove the 10. Yeah. Okay, so let's say we do that. Now, do I use the fool for another hungman is usually the kind of thing that I'm interested in doing. Maybe I want death to make another jack of clubs. Seems useful for doing seeing double. I think I'm going to take the fool here. Instead of +3 mult on the red card, give me the hungman. Go next. Alright. So, I want to hang him? How do I want to hang him? Probably 2 of the same rank. Let's start with discard the jacks. Okay. Discard the face cards. Here we can hang 2 4s, that's perfect. Discard the face cards. Alright. I have a pair of 6s. I could throw away the face cards. I should keep the queen just in case. I can throw away 2. Ship it. Oh, the turtle is when the blind is defeated. That's okay. I can play the pair of 2s here. And then the pair of queens wins. Play the pair of queens. Bang. Okay, the next round is 90,000. With the turtle, we score 20% more. So the scoring requirements go up 50% more, or whatever it is, but the turtle goes up 20% each round. Maybe we could try to do something better than that. So baseball card gives me 50% right now because of seeing double. I think turtle's still better than that. Okay. The Chad abstract joker, I think these we skip. Yellow card is a pretty good combo with the red card, but we're playing on the painted deck, so we only have 4 joker slots. We can re-roll. What I really need is campfire. We can go 1 more. We could take the magician. Sure, that's it. Go next. Okay. So, how careful do I want to be with my clubs? Right? I want to get my faces joker value, but I also want to not just straight up die. So, I guess I will play the pair of jacks. Ship it. Okay. I now have a pair of 6s, so let's discard the face cards. I have more face cards I can discard. I have the 2s in case of emergency. I can play, let's do lucky 2s. And then that's it. Ship it. We can play the 9s, and we got the 2 gold cards in hand. Alright. Definitely, if you're playing on the painted deck, you don't need help playing pairs, but we do get help playing specific pairs. We get help playing the clubs pairs, which is appreciated. Alright, I think we have enough to beat the boss now. Alright, so we can hang him again if I want. I can remove an 8. I can remove a 5 or a 3. I could remove the 8 and the queen. Maybe I don't need the queen of clubs. Maybe 8 and 3 we don't need. Let's hang him. Okay. Do some re-rolling. Mercury's great. Boss is gonna steal all our money, so keep getting the star fruit. Too late for the star fruit. Justice doesn't help. I guess it doesn't hurt. We could take the constellation. So if I take the constellation and replace the turtle, is the constellation going to grow fast enough? Because right now we know with the turtle we're good. We might need more if we sell the turtle. You know what? The turtle's the new different thing. Let's do the new different thing. We always do the constellation. Alright, Venus. Also the turtle I don't have to dump money into. Alright, for the record, we would have only got 1 planet card for the constellation. Constellation would have only been 1.1, which is probably relevant. Let's go next. Stinky. So I have a pair, but I don't have the right pair. So let's discard the 5s. Naturally, we draw the 5s. That's not good. We can discard the 6s. I should discard the 5 and the 4. And then discard maybe the 7. Okay. I can play the 8s. I can make a glass 8. Play the 8s. And what do we want to throw away? I have an extra 2 of clubs, so I'm going to throw away the 7. I have extra jacks. I can throw away a queen. Okay, I can play the aces. I have plenty of pairs. We're good now. I could have played the bonus ace, but it wouldn't have mattered. Let's go ahead and ship it with the 7s. Alright, so 40,000 for a pair there because of the turtle. If we had 1.1 from the constellation, we would have survived. Alright. Temperance here. I don't need this Celestial Pack right away, but I guess I want the Mercury card. We do have Faceless Joker, so I guess I'll take the Mult here. Go next. Okay. Discard the face cards. Okay. I can discard more face cards. Okay, I can play a pair of 2s. I can follow up with a pair of jacks. I have the 2 in case of emergencies. I can play the pair of aces. Bang. Okay. Arcana, we're looking for money. We take the Hermit. Arcana 2, looking to skip. We could make a bunch of clubs. And that could help us a lot if we make extra clubs with the moon rather than taking the 20 bucks here. Yeah, so how about a 2 turns into clubs? Maybe the jacks. Remember with seeing double, you want to have 1 club and 1 non-club. So maybe I go 1, 2, 1 jack, and then either a 6 or a 7. But not the 3 because we removed the 3. How about the 7? Okay. And the palette here is great. Extra hand size. Let's go next. Okay, 1.6 on the turtle. Notably here, we didn't have money for re-rolling, so the turtle is still bigger than the constellation would have been. I'm going to keep pointing that out as long as it remains true. Let's go ahead and ship it with the 6s. Okay. No good pairs yet. Let's discard an ace and 10. We can play the pair of 5s. Throwing away the ace. We can play the pair of 9s. Throwing away the ace. And for the 2s here, well, throw away the 8. There we go. Alright, discard the face cards. Play the lucky 2s. Nice. Got the money. Okay, in the next round we need 220,000, which is more, but turtle's a little bit bigger. Okay, standard pack. Skip. Compost bin, it's a little bit too late. Okay, too late for the trading card. Don't have enough joker slots, basically. Too late for burnt joker. Venus, $9 for a reroll. I'll go $9. Let's go next. Okay. Spade cards are debuffed. Alright. So, start with a pair of 4s. This 9 doesn't work because it's debuffed. So let's play the pair of 4s and throw away a 5. Okay. I can play a pair of jacks, throwing away the debuffed 8 and the debuffed queen. Okay, I can play a pair of jacks, throwing away this debuffed king. Does this win? It might. It's close. Discard the faces, discard the 9. Discard the... Okay, discard the faces. Discard the 8 and the ace. We have pair of 9s. We have a pair of 2s if we need it. Yum. Okay. Boss says random joker disabled. That's not great. How do we... Does this bull do anything for me? It's too late. Skip. Do we go back in time? We definitely don't take this yellow card. Too late for the bootstraps. What's Supernova do? Supernova's plus 60. Supernova is bigger than the red card. Supernova is a ×2. Supernova is bigger than the turtle. If the boss debuffs red card, we lose. If we have Supernova and red card, we have some redundancy. Let's pick up the Supernova. Go next. So you want me to play this pair of 2s? Throwing away a 4. Wait a second. Feel like that used to be more points. Did I play the wrong flavor 2s? Played a lucky 2 and another 2? Wait a gosh darn second. Is the Supernova not doing as much as I thought it was? Let's play the pair of 5s. I guess. I must have played the wrong pair. I must have played 2 2s of clubs. That's what it was. I played 2 2s of clubs. Okay, then this is easy. Then we're fine. We're chilling. Let's discard for the faces joker. Let's get our money. We can play a pair of jacks. Okay. 80,000 for a pair? Doesn't add up. We're gonna need more. Photograph doesn't do it. Alright, we can hang them or we can skip. I think we need the Mult for the red cards. I think we're forced to skip here. Arcana again. We skip. Flower pot doesn't do it. Here's purple joker. This is another new one. This is kind of like the green joker. Kinda. Purple joker gets bigger when you have leftover hands and when you have leftover discards. So purple joker rewards you for doing less stuff. So with the bus and with the green joker, you're always trying to spam your hands, play extra hands, non-scoring hands in order to grow the bus. Maybe with the purple joker, you're trying to do the opposite. I think that's interesting. Purple joker, it's a blend of blue and red. Chariot doesn't really help us, but I'll take it. Too late for the bean. We could take the Chad. So if you have the 1 glass card plus the Chad, that's going to be a ×8. So 20 × 8. Yeah, that could be it. That could be the answer. We would need to find some more glass, which I think I can do. have the photograph to go with the Chad. I would have to give up the red card, but it would be worth it. Right? Let's do that. Okay. So now, if you wanted to, you could do the kings. You could make a steel card. You could make a steel jack. You could make a gold card. How about a gold jack? So without discarding here, if I just play the pair, okay. So, could play another pair. I can throw away an ace. Okay. I want to draw a queen is what I need. I can play an 8 instead of a face card. That would also work. So let's do that. I could play a high card here and try to dig for more face cards. And then finish with that 8. Discarding the face cards for Faceless Joker is worse than just keeping the face cards. I can discard looking for my last gold card. I can play the 2 8s and ship it. Yeah. Emperor, Magician. Alright, Celestial Pack, we're guaranteed Mercury. I should use the Priestess for another Mercury. Okay, Celestial Pack, we get another Mercury. Okay. Okay. Arrowhead. Nope. I think the way that we win this, we go back in time. I think if the boss debuffs the photograph, then you play the glass card on that hand. If the boss debuffs Faceless Joker, we're okay. But if we lose Seeing Double, we lose. If we lose the Chad, we lose. So let's go back in time. We can beat this boss with, we've got the 8s now. Okay. I have 8s, but I don't have clubs. So let's draw face cards. I can do the 2 8s. I can do... I don't have a pair of face cards. I was going to use the Magician on the face cards, but if I don't have them, then I can't do it. I can use the Magician on 8 and King. So let's play the 8s with the glass card and the steel card. Chad is disabled. Okay. I think that's still okay. I think we play the queens here, and then we still have the jacks. Okay, Seeing Double's done, but that's fine. I can play the kings. Ship it. Okay. Now we only have 3 hands, which is not ideal. Boss says we gotta sell a Joker. That's also not ideal. If we get enough glass cards, we're fine. Standard pack here, blue seal. It's too late for that, right? I guess it's not totally a lost cause. Okay, before we go Arcana, do a little re-rolling. Fool, I can use for justice. I could also use it to copy death. We get a soul. I don't actually think there's anything that helps us from the soul, so I don't think we take it. Does strength help us? Marginally. So I can use strength on a 10, I can use strength on a queen, and then do... I have 5 queens. Strength on a 10, strength on the queen of clubs. Then I have 2 kings of clubs. Let's do that. I'm saving fool for a justice card. I can use a Hierophant on my face card since I have the Chad. That also seems not the most helpful, but plus 100 chips is plus 100 chips, right? All these face cards we can all these aces we can discard. Okay. I have jacks. I can make into bonus cards. Okay, jacks, and get rid of the low cards. Okay. The pair of queens wins. Okay, we can play the pair of queens. Maybe I should have discarded the face cards for the faces joker. Okay. Celestial pack gives us Mercury. That's fine. Arcana pack, we can reroll once. Don't need Uranus. Alright, Arcana pack. We get the Hung Man, we get the Emperor. I think the Hung Man is important for consistency, but I think I need the Emperor. We could get a steel card, could get justice. That's what we need. Death and strength. Those are not useless. Okay. So what am I trying to do with my strength? I could turn queens into kings. I have no 10s. I can turn 7s into 8s because that's what I have as glass. Okay. Let's go for the queens, I guess. Either way, we are discarding. Well, yeah. I think I solved the puzzle. Okay. I think I did it. So let's go kings. This is not 300,000 points. Nice. Okay. I want these two 7 of clubs. Now they're 8s. Okay. I want discard, looking for more face cards. I did not draw the glass card. That's okay, I guess. I can play the kings. I can dig for my glass card. I guess there is incentive to dig for the glass card. So let's play the 3/8. Did not find the glass card still. That's not good. Ship it. At least we got the money. Okay. Strength could be something. Before we go Arcana, I can use the moon for more clubs. I could take Supernova instead of the Photograph, but if my cards are debuffed, then seeing double is not going to work, so let's go one more. Burn Joker, nope. Alright, Arcana. So we do get a Justice card. Okay. I have 5 8s. I can make a glass jack. If I make a glass card, would I rather the Fool be another Justice card or a Death card? I think Justice. So glass jack here, Fool gives me Justice. Reroll. Can't afford Mercury. That's okay. Go next. Alright. I have the 8s, so Photograph is out. Okay. Use Death to make another 8. Play 8s. Ship it. Nice. Okay. Play another 8. Nice. I have the pair of jacks, and if we need to, I have Justice. I can make either the kings or the 8s here. I can make another glass card. I also have the moon here. I could make more clubs if I needed to, if I didn't already have the clubs. I have all of my discards left over if I wanted to discard for some bonus cards, but we've definitely got enough. All we got to do is ship it. Just like we drew it up. Okay. Would we have been better off if we stuck with the turtle? No, because we'd have to sell the turtle. Alright, so thoughts. Okay, so we had the yellow card in the first run, and we had the red card in this run. And so this question of, okay, how do the yellow card and the red card compare? And I think there are times when I would rather have one than the other. Definitely, if you get the Mult from the red card, then that means, okay, I have a bunch of Mult. Especially playing on the painted deck, you have the one Joker slot that has all of the Mult, and then so you don't really need any other plus Mult Jokers. And that saves you a lot of space, that saves you a lot of real estate if all of your Mult is condensed into the one card, compared to yellow card gives you the money, which doesn't give you points directly, but gives you maybe a little bit of money that you can reroll for better Jokers. Notably, it only gives you the money in the case where you actually skip the booster pack, but that's kind of like the red card, only in the case where you skip with the red card. I think red card, maybe you get between 60 and 80 Mult on average. So let's see here, with that would be somewhere between 20 and 25 skips. So with the yellow card here, it'd be between $80 and $100 or something like that with the yellow card, which is not insignificant. That's kind of a big deal. We keep seeing the Starfruit. Starfruit, you could think of it as kind of, it's like the gelato. It's like the popcorn. It's kind of this short-term burst. But then what's nice about the Starfruit is you get to keep the bonus. You get to keep the benefits from it. This is like a short-term scaling joker. You get to keep the levels that you gain from the starfruit. Obviously, it's easiest if you're playing pairs or 2-pair. You always have the hand that you want to level up. If you want to try to level up straights with this, it's harder, right? Because you might use your 2 discards and you might not draw the straight. But that's probably the strongest use case for the starfruit, is you're guaranteed to level up your straights. Maybe not guaranteed, but maybe on the painted deck or maybe on the abandoned deck, you have a pretty good chance of leveling up your straights and getting 3 levels, 3 Saturn cards for the one $6 common for the 1 Joker slot. That seems pretty good. We didn't really get to play with the purple Joker. Purple Joker, another kind of scaling common Joker to replace the red card or replace the green Joker. It's kind of a complement to the green Joker. We do have the handbook. This is the one that came up on stream as another of these scaling plus Mult Jokers. So in the Joker pack here, something to think about is kind of the distribution of different types of abilities. For example, we've got the scaling X-Mult Turtle, the Mult Turtle, the Murtle. I really love the Murtle. I love the art of it. I love the effect of it. It's slow and steady. I really love that. I really love that it's when you win the round, it's at the end of the round instead of when the blind is selected. A lot of these other effects are when the blind is selected. I think that's cool. The rubber ducky we didn't really get to play with this time, but we did use that one on stream. Also the candy necklace on stream. The compost bin is weird. It's a scaling joker, but it's a capped scaling joker. It's a disposable scaling joker. You scale it up and then it stops and then you throw it away. It's kind of a weird one. I'm not going to say that it doesn't fit in to the vanilla game. It's just weird to me, a little bit weird to me. Compared to, I think the handbook makes a lot of sense. I think the starfruit makes a lot of sense. Yellow card, Murtle makes a lot of sense. I think the rubber ducky is another weird one where I'm not quite sure if it's exactly vanilla flavored, but mechanically I could see a use case for this. I could see a situation where you would want this. On this particular run, okay, forgetting about all the new jokers, we didn't actually use that many new jokers in this run. With the painted deck, we don't usually play pairs on the painted deck, and the reason why we don't usually play pairs on the painted deck is because it can be difficult to score enough points. Maybe... Okay, how to make that work? Because a lot of the times we take Eternal Jokers, which end up being dead in the end game, and so it's okay to play with only 4 Joker slots. So it's okay on the painted deck to still try to do pairs. Maybe with the Faceless Joker also, now we're trying to win with only 3 Joker slots. Okay, maybe now we can't do it anymore. Maybe now it's too dangerous on the painted deck. But if you are going to try to play pairs, there are some benefits to playing on the painted deck. Definitely with the extra hand size, you have no problem drawing pairs. If your hand size is 10, it's a very rare situation where you don't always just have a pair on hand. The thing that we're looking for with the painted deck is you're looking for specific pairs, better scoring pairs, for example, pairs of face cards, for example, pairs of glass cards, or clubs for seeing double, or steel cards. Maybe you're looking for steel cards, which don't normally do that much when you're playing pairs, but could be worthwhile if you have glass cards and you have something like the Chad. Definitely, I think people undervalue the ability to remove cards from the deck with the Hung Man. You have the red card, and the red card gives you this opportunity. You can get 3 Mult, or you can take money, and usually you take the money instead of the Mult, or if you're given the Mult, or remove 2 cards from the deck. Which do you do? Me personally, I remove cards from the deck. Same with if I'm offered either money or remove cards from the deck, I remove cards from the deck, because then in this end game situation, as the run goes on, there will be more higher value cards in your deck. There will be more cards that you care about, more cards that potentially you need. I need that glass card or else I lose. I need those clubs or else I lose. I need to get my face cards for the Faceless Joker so I get more money. I need to draw my gold cards more than never. I need to draw my blue seal. And so even if you're only playing pairs, still very valuable for you to remove cards from the deck. This last one was pretty tough. We really stressed the brain. All right, get out of here.